Don't forget to subscribe.
My book, this is The Manifestation Muse. It's a book that helps you to envision the life you want and then organize a way to put it together. And it is really helpful. I've done lots of things using this book. I've accomplished a lot of things I never thought I would. So I decided to share that information with others, and I hope you will give it a look. Here we are with the debt payoff. So this is them over here, and then me right here. What I suggest. We have 6 credit cards. Well, let me just go line by line. So credit card number 1, they have a balance of $598.10. And of course, for me, I would say to pay this one off. So 0 balance there. This is new debt. So this is what they've charged to the card. So again, I would pay that off immediately. I would not carry the debt. It looks like they are planning on carrying the debt. Credit card number 2. That's $49.45, and the payment is $400. So that's credit card number 2. And what I would do for this, keep the $400 going to get rid of it as fast as possible, because this is an American Express and Amex, and we all know fees are ridiculous. So high fees. So I would suggest paying this off and then getting rid of the card, but not closing it. Just don't use it. The next one, the 3rd credit card, they owe $4,800 and they pay $200 on this a month. And I bump this up to $300. I believe they have a balance transfer or something, so it's like 0%, so they don't pay on it. That's credit card number 4. Their balance is $66.80, and they pay nothing on that currently. So for me, credit card number 4, I know it's 0% interest, but let's still make an attempt. And that's another thing that a lot of people do, is they will just wait out the 0%. But if you make payments on it, you're less likely to have to pay interest on the back end if you've already been contributing to getting rid of the debt. Credit card number 5, they owe $11,000. I'm rounding these, of course. So $11,000, and they pay $400. And credit card number 5 for me, I would also keep paying this $400. They have credit card number 6, and they owe $17,000 on that, and they pay $600. And I also would keep that. That's a good amount. That's a good chunk every month to get paid. So then they list taxes. Now, of course, I don't know what that's for. I don't know if there's a business or why they owe taxes. But they currently owe $10,400, and they pay 0, which I would, again, never recommend paying 0 on anything. Pay something towards it. The reason I chose this person's debt to look at is because they are, first of all, still using the cards, which is fine if you just use one. But according to what I saw, they are using different ones at different times, I guess, to cover, which sometimes happens. Choose one card to use and only use that one. And it should be the one with the lowest interest rate. That's the first thing. Then I also chose them because they are not saving at all. I made number 2 the priority payoff. So if you make extra money or you want to put any extra money towards a debt, it would be this Amex, because the fees, I know, are ridiculous. So Amex is like a bank. It is for people who have a lot of money. If you do not have a lot of money, you have no business with an Amex card. It's even if you have a lot of money, they should not be charging you to spend money. And that's what they do with their fees. Their total that they pay monthly towards these debts is $1,600 in payments. Something is missing here for me, and that would be the savings. Again, savings is a debt. So I'm going to just write it in here. And I think they should save between $200 and $500 a month. So $400 would probably be ideal, because then we'd be at an even $2,000, which I think is where we should be at. If you can afford $1,600, you could probably bump that up to $2,000 somewhere. Again, if you pay this debt off and you don't carry it with the minimum payments, that will free up some money. If you move some of these around, that might free up some money. However you have to do it, I would bump it up by $400 to pay towards savings. So that's why I chose them, to illustrate that you should always pay something on everything, and that you should make savings a priority. Because again, I keep finding people that have debts and they do not make it a priority. So I would, again, pay off this immediately, pay off this secondly, make this the priority to pay off. I would save between $200 and $500 a month as a debt that cannot be overlooked. And I would pay more on most of the cards than what they're paying. This one here, they're making a big chunk of payments. So my problem is not really the payments. My problem is there's no savings, and that they're not paying on every debt. They're only paying on specific debts. So the way I wrote it out, it ends up being about $1,900. And then I, of course, put in $200 for savings. So that leaves them with $2,100. And savings can be $100 if that's all you can afford. But savings has to be in the picture for your debt payoff. It has to be. And again, never close the cards. Choose a card to use if you have to, and all the rest will be left open but not used, paid off, and just sit and help your credit. which they will. I think they're doing great at throwing a decent amount of money at a lot of these cards, which is very good, especially because the balances are all decent sized balances. We've got 4, if you include the taxes, that are over 5,000, and we want to get rid of as much of that as possible. So they are throwing a nice chunk of money at their debt every month. But in my situation, I would put it higher, and I would put some towards savings, because if you're saving at the same time, you might hit 1,200 right when you can pay this off, or you could throw 1,000 at this, or however it plays out. They did not go over their interest rates at all. It was just how much they owe and how much they're paying. So I think they're doing a good job, like I said, with the payments. Amex card, never. And not paying towards any debt that you have is a bad idea. Even if you don't get interest charged on it, you should always just make a payment, even if it's small payments, maybe $50, $25, whatever it is that you can afford, to move this around to make it also where you're saving some money. So important. Emergencies do happen, things pop up, and most people run to their credit cards when that happens. But if you prioritize having a savings account, having some savings set to the side, you won't have to run to the cards. You will be able to pay for it and deal with it without the extra stress of interest. I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments. Did you think this was good advice? Do you understand what I mean when I say you should never have a debt that you're not paying towards, as well as the importance of savings? Let me know. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.
Engaging regularly with your vision book can also spark innovative ideas and reveal new pathways to achieving your goals. This book is a catalyst to lasting change and attracting the positivity you need to invigorate and enlighten yourself. Don't forget to subscribe.